What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'll be breaking down the song Clarity by X as requested by a fan. Let's go. This was requested to me about a month ago by this Instagram user right here. Thank you for the idea. If you have any songs you would like me to analyze in further videos, please leave them in the comments below or reach out to any of my two socials linked right here and here. I'm always looking out for them and I'd love to help you guys out in any way that I can. Now, Clarity was initially produced by John Carpenter and Sly C and released on January 27, 2015. Here on the screen, I have the original tweets from X himself about the song Clarity dropping. As you can see, it says, "My new sounds Clarity Snippet, SoundCloud.com," with the link of his SoundCloud. And the caption in the song stating, "Father the Brokenhearted." And later that day, he also posted again, XXXTentacion with 3 slashes, Clarity. Next day, he then posted, "She did it all for some clarity," which is also one of the lyrics within the song. And then again, later that day, he posted, "Give it a rest, best gesture the could offer was the sacrifice of his clarity." And again, he posted, "I dropped a new snippet titled Clarity." Now, this song is called Clarity Snippet. Now, why is it a snippet? The song is 2 minutes long, so for it to be titled a snippet doesn't make much sense. Well, somebody close to X named Cooleypax was initially supposed to be on the song with him. Here I have a Reddit thread that breaks down exactly what happens between the two. Yes, Cooleypax said he would drop it one day. But the original poster writing, "Hopefully, it's my favorite X song, so hopefully he gonna drop it." Where we hear that we most likely already have the full part of X, we only missed the Cooleypax part. So as you can see, most likely the full song is already released to us. It's just the Cooleypax part that's missing the featured song, and people aren't too inclined to listen to that portion. Now, Geneva X's X also messes with Clarity. As you can see here, she says, "Where's the full song? I need it. Embarrassed, Neva." Looking at the cover art of the song, you can see there's a broken heart with two people on the opposite sides of the heart. Obviously here it looks like people are on two opposite spectrums of an idea. As a conflict comes and two lovers are not on the same side about this conflict. This clearly will cause some hate between the two if they cannot find a resolution within the problem, and people acting in their own personal judgments. And one of them searching for clarity, one of them searching for answers to solve this. And we'll see this portrayed within the song over and over and over again. Most likely in love, when you give out yourself and you no longer have your own self, you need to do something to regain yourself. And you do something in terms of clarity to understand yourself a little bit better. The lyrics will help you understand the concept a little bit better, so let's just dive right into that. The song begins with, "What an excellent day for an exorcism. But wouldn't that drive you out of Regan? It would bring us together. You and Regan, you and us." I know these lyrics are not stated by X, but I believe these lyrics are alluding to the time that Geneva had an exorcism performed on her. X's X had an exorcism performed on her. As you can see in this video right here, it is still up in the air if she actually had a demon inside of her, and if she was just playing along with X for this in order to mess with him. This audio could have been put here to allude to that situation that did occur back then. The song then starts with Wilbert Cooper and Gucci Mane saying, "When you're born, can you be born with sauce, or do you acquire the sauce?" No, you can't be born with the sauce. You get the sauce. You get the sauce from, how can you be born seasoned? You gotta get seasoned. Well, I was born with the sauce. I acquired the sauce. Now here, this talk about self-confidence and self-esteem, having your own self. Now, X included this here to try to understand if in life, when we lose our self-esteem, do we begin with our self-esteem? In life, do we start life with self-esteem, with confidence? Do we just come out as confident, or do you acquire this confidence? Now within this song, X is going to start comparing himself with the devil and try to understand if he loses himself within this situation. And let's get to that part. The first lyrics by X say, "Sever her bonds, you take the wheel, I lost control, A." Here obviously we can see that somebody has given up their own power in a situation to somebody else. You take the wheel, I lost control. She did it all for some clarification that you'll never know. Give it a rest, best gesture thee could offer was the sacrifice of his clarity. So where is the fairer few will never be free of this. Here X is saying that give it a rest, give it up. The best gesture that somebody could do, somebody who's betrayed you, is to sacrifice their own clarity, their own personal understanding of themselves and the situation. To just give into that situation and give up what their own perception of that situation is. To be like, hey, oh, it's okay, you're right in this situation. Where two people are fighting and the one person to just fully just give up their own stance of that situation. So I pray the reprint, trifle the foolish will not get me bent. I'm as the face of the few I resent. I flee the light without doubt in my head. Here X is talking about that putting yourself with people who are foolish will not make you money. And it's not financially beneficial to be with people who are foolish, people who act in unethical ways. He also talks that he will mess people up that do not mess with him. He will mess people up who are opposed to him. Here in the line, I mess the face of the few I resent. That he will mess you up if he does not like you. But let's get into the chorus. She did it all for some clarity. I pray I do not embarrass her. If I am alone, she is my God, and I am a devil resent from heaven. Whatever happened in this situation, the female in this situation did whatever she did in order to understand the situation more. X mentions that in this situation, where he feels like there's nobody around him to understand him, that the girl, aka Geneva, is his God in this situation. It is his being that fully understands him. And X mentions that he is the devil that is not allowed in heaven, that he is somebody who is not a good influence onto Geneva. Further looking into biblical passages, the devil is expelled from heaven, and he is saying that he is this devil that is not allowed into heaven because of his ways, the way that he acts, the way that he thinks. And furthermore, we look into X, we saw he said, I am alone. X has the tattoo on top of his eye. He could be referring to calling himself alone, as well as here saying, if I am alone, as he is alone. Now, this is repeated a few times just to bring an overall fashion understanding to these lyrics. He continues to say it. Then he finishes the song off with, she did it all for some clarity. I pray I do not. Overall, in this whole song right here, X is trying to look at his relationship. That he did something in this relationship, or she did something in this relationship to understand themselves a little bit more. In a sense of a betrayal occurred in order to understand yourself a little bit more. If I betray this person, how would they react and how would I feel about that betrayal? Doing it to understand the situation a little bit more. I don't think that's a good idea to do in any sense. And comparing yourself to the devil and hurting somebody else is not something else to be doing in any sense either. Obviously, right here, X was in a really distraught state of mind where he wants to inflict pain onto other people in order to understand them a little bit more. It doesn't seem too bright for me. It just seems like he's adding negative karma onto his plate and that he's hurting himself in the long run by doing all of this. We know he would eventually go back onto the spiritual evolution timeline later in his life, but in this point right here in 2015, pre-Look At Me, he's really not in that situation to be overall with somebody romantically. If his overall look on love is to hurt them and to gain clarity and to be the devil resent from heaven, it doesn't really make sense why he would want to inflict pain onto other people. I understand there's a lot of different factors in this whole situation. I know the comments are definitely blown up, people saying he was definitely in a bad childhood life space, he definitely did not have love around him, and he never got taught all these things. And I totally understand that may be the way that it is, but looking at the song for what it is, it's a great sounding song. The song is really well produced. The overall content within it strikes me as off and strikes me as odd for someone who likes to inflict pain onto their significant other. If you like the way I produced this video, I make other videos on here very similar to, and I'm pretty sure you love them. So check out this video right here, as it's going to be something that you'll enjoy, or recommend me what to do next. I would love to hear all your suggestions and everything that you have in store. Love you, take care.